Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the A1 RV code book. And an RV code book is what's going to be used by locksmiths to originate a key. A code book is really going to give you, and I don't make a living as a locksmith, however, being amateur, I suppose, when it comes to locksmithing, what's important about the code book is that you're going to have your spacing and depth charts. You're going to have a reference to a key blank from a major manufacturer that you ought to use. So if a client comes into your shop with a key and there's a code on it, that would be called an indirect code. And the reason it's called indirect code is because the bitting or the cuts on the key are not directly expressed on the bow of the key. So there's a code that's on there, which is an indirect code. The unlock for that indirect code would be a code book. And code books are very common in the world. I have a set, the Reed set of code books. I think I have all of them. However, in the advent of the computer age, the last three decades, codes online, literally codes online, is a more convenient way, a bit more portable way to access a code. If I need to cut a code for a master padlock, I would just use codes online because it's so much more capable than a code book of cross-referencing data. You can search by manufacturer, you can search by, the key blank, the information on the head of the key blank to cross-reference it. However, an RV code book is really awesome to have because you'll take the code off of the top of the key blank and you ought to be able to pull that code, and then you're going to get the key blank that you should use, what vise you would normally use in your machine. So what this is giving you, your CH501-545. That's a range. If you've got a CH501 through CH545, that's the page you're looking at. It will then give you the depth cuts from bow to tip. It will give you the spacing and what your depths equal. Okay? That's very typical and common for reference. Locksmiths, people who make a living as a locksmith, are certainly going to have this information available to them. And the reason you want a code book is because you want to service your client. They're going to walk in with a key. I just need a copy of this. That's easy. You can identify the key blank. You've got information that works. A client walks into you with a lock that they've removed from their door, and you can't get your hands on this lock. Maybe the linkage is unusual or the cam or tailpiece is unusual. You need to originate a key. You can impression a key. You can use the method of impressioning or originating a key. But if you could just pull that code off and then refer to the depth, the spacing and depth chart, you can get on your, well gosh, you could technically do it with a plier in a Pippin file and cut based on the spacing into the proper depth, or you can use your code machine if you've got a card for doing that. You could use the machine once you know the code or the bitting. You could also use a machine like a Frohman machine where it doesn't care about anything other than shoulder to first cut, then center to center, and then your depth cuts. It's just cutting by the thousandth of an inch sort of expression. Table of contents is up front for this material. RV codes are listed. Handy document. If you don't have a codes online and you do RV stuff, very likely the people who buy this, and this is literally a lock shop who's buying this, but also I've sold the code book to people, to companies who run RV compatible, capable campgrounds. People that there are companies. A friend of mine is middle management for such company. They have dozens of campgrounds across the United States. They need to originate keys because they're simply trying to help their client base, is the bottom line. Now, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the A1 products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. In that full product catalog, you're going to find a variety of locksmithing tools. The one tool that I would recommend, there are two actually. First of all is the mortise cylinder removal tool. You'll find that in there. It's just a fancy clamp to help you get a mortise cylinder off when the head of the key is really not the right way to pull that cylinder counterclockwise to get it off the door. The tool that I recommend most strongly from A1 is their Pack-a-Punch. It is a portable clipper. It's a clipper tool. It's a clipper cutter. Pistol grip that you just squeeze that and you can cut your keys by code portably. Standing at the doorway, the tool can't weigh more than 2 or 3 pounds. Very convenient because it will fit inside of your the little bag that you can walk up to each door and cut keys. If you've got a tiny little small lab kit, you can easily repin and originate keys right at the doorway. And why I like the Pack-a-Punch and why I own one is because when I go out to a job site to rekey, say, a 3-flat, where there's, 18 locks, maybe 22 locks, commons and storage doors, is I don't have my $1,200 Blue Punch machine on the stairs next to me and I'm looking this way where someone can walk off with it. That tool is in my bag, between my feet, and no one can see it. So it's incredibly easy to conceal that key cutting equipment is the bottom line. The final thing I'd say about A1 is that their responsiveness to technical support questions is complete, thorough. They respond 100% of the time, and that makes them, to me, a very worthwhile distributor of locksmithing tools for you to review. Any questions on the A1 17328 RV codebook? And there are about 26 pages in this codebook, or any other A1 product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.